Is that live? 1 minute. 1 minute to check myself out here. Why do I have Coach Rob Wille on there? I have, for some reason. Okay. That's I like to Coach Wiley on my screen. And I do not know why. Let's go back. Oh well. I'm not seeing it on my other screen, so. There's a glitch. I don't know why that's there. Oh, it's gone now. Well, here we go. Smack on my lips again. Is it one of those days? Good morning. I must say I'm feeling, good morning, Hyla. I must say I'm feeling a little bit better than yesterday. I was sort of chalking it all down to a bad arthritis day because my husband was going through the same thing. So, got through that. Anyways. Restful day yesterday. I think that's the key. I think probably I'll do that. I will have your live stream at 1 o'clock. But otherwise, I'm just staying in the same position. I'm not doing much today. My day. Oh, okay. What did I do yesterday? I did really good on Geoguessr in the morning. I got a gold, like out of 25,000 possible points. 23,653 on the 50th day of my 365s towards my 1 year badge of never missing a day. Tournament. Oh, they put me against somebody that I don't know. It's like in 2 seconds they identified the place. I didn't have time to think. So yes, that was kind of a wipeout. The tournament. I just wiped it. Well, best not talk about that today. See, I started building. I thought about building another romantic playlist. It's I'm going to ask people to submit on my Facebook to submit their favorite romantic songs and see if I'll build a playlist from that. But my big thing yesterday, I guess, was the I Ching. I did more of a deep dive into the hexagram that I got, and it really made a lot of sense of everything I'm going through and why I'm going through things. It's like apparently I'm going through a pretty big, starting a very important cycle. It might even be my last cycle, my final cycle. And I guess, the same thing as like, giving birth. It's a very painful process. So, yeah, I'm on the right track with what I want to do. I've had to experience a lot of extra pain and illness and that, I guess, to able to bring me to the point that I can understand and empathize and be serious about what I want to do, which apparently is try to find a place for other people that maybe suffering with their lives in silence for being either in pain or ill or just sort of cut off and shut in. That poverty. So I guess what I've had to do is really being thrown in the midst of it. They say my suffering is basically my sacrifice in learning this. And, all is good and the intentions are good about I don't know, a project or a scenario of me being ill enough to come to the need, knowing the need for people to connect that may no other way have no other ways to connect, and which is fine. It's fine, to understand the pain and loneliness and all that. What I've got to do, though, apparently is keep this very natural, is not as nature's sake, but as life flows. Like here I am with my house coat and my headband, and I'm not being anything other than who I am, and I have to keep on that way. I think, and it's really really strange because after I talked yesterday about how the old age of the influencer pre um, financial crisis years when it was all about doing the makeup and doing the shopping unboxings and flaunting this lifestyle. um the I Ching basically said these are the type of people, like, you think, okay, if I'm going to make it in social media or YouTube or whatever, I need to let's take that right off. I need to connect with the people at the top. I need to connect with the key influencers. And while they're saying no, 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 um, that's not what you're doing, because you're here for the real people. You're here for the real people who want to make a change in their life, want to create a better self. Either they want to learn how to deal with their pain, or they want just a little bit of companionship or understanding. So these are the people that matter. And by not forgetting, this is why I'm here. Then I don't need to go out and if you go find somebody gets a million subscribers and say, hey, pick me for your friend, and that's not what it's all about. What it is about is staying real and living. Hey, if I'm experiencing pain and I want to show you pain because this is the way I am, that's the way it is. You have to really stay real. But it's very strange that sort of, if I can maintain this and my humility and humbleness and remember who the people who matter, who bring you up, the people below, like in the trigram, not going to be below you, but in the hexagram, the lower trigram, they bring you up. The people that maybe you thought you had to go in, you had to influence the influencers, just by your actions alone, that is going to be the way to gain the respect. But they're not really the ones that matter at all. So it's going to be difficult, apparently, to keep my humility and all this. But I have to remember the pain that I've suffered and what I've gone through. I cannot say that because that's what's real. That's what real people have. Anyways, the digging deeper, I probably already knew where I was going because I was talking about that already, and I've already have been thinking about that, how the stage is so changed because there's so many people that are really having struggles now, and I think what they need to do, they need to find other people who can struggle with them and can lift them up, and we can lift each other up. Anyways, well, that's the basis for now. That's where I seem to be, I guess, in my eating journey. Um, doesn't surprise me. What surprises me is that for 50 years, I've been doing this for, well, over 50 years probably, but 50 years. And, I do use the old Chinese text and everything now. And I do take it very seriously. Like I say, I may only do it a few times a year. I may do it once a month. I may do it once a week if I feel the need to do it. But in the 50 years, not once have I had this hexagram. And the thing is too, it's very very cut and dry. It's like usually it's like it gives you the scenarios, and so you can sort of figure out what road you want to take from this. To right and wrong, but this is very, very, very black and white, very, very concrete. This is what must happen, and being a totally full hexagram with no changing lines or anything. I find it more unusual. In 50 years, I've never come across this, but it's all making sense, and I just have to remember that and just stay natural with who I am and how things evolve, and um, not go out there and be a person that creates drama for views and thinks that I have to go and beg the person who's getting a million, please mention my channel. No, because maybe that person would have 1 million followers, but 99% of them would have no relative value. Okay, Isla, it's my daughter-in-law. Isla says, I had a great day visiting with my friend from Duncan. We had a spirit session. I must say also, V-Team Paranormal, Isla, is a medium, that just communicate with the spirit world and that. For anybody who may be coming in at this time that may not be, may not know who we are. Okay, back up. Isla says, I had a great day visiting with my friend from Duncan. Duncan is here on Vancouver Island. We had a spirit session, and my niece Raven and my brother Stephen all came through, and my friend's mother, who used to call her Rose. Well, there, your brother Stephen's probably ready for today. I hope he's ready for today. I'm going to help Isla today on her channel with a. She's going to be doing a session for her brother Stephen, who passed away, but I think it was 2 years ago. That's my big thing of the day. I'm going to probably just. I'm feeling better today. I want to feel better, even better tomorrow. So today is going to be a day of rest and reflection. Didn't do any school stuff. I didn't get a hold of my VPN to see that also. I didn't get a hold. Mondays. I should know better. When I used to work in corporate, you don't do anything that requires talking to real people. And that 2 years ago, Isla says, yeah. I passed away. But you don't do things on Mondays. It's not the day. Usually Wednesday, because Monday you're just so busy with staff meetings and everything. Tuesday you're trying to figure out everything Monday. And Wednesday you're regular to talk to people. Anyways, I didn't do that. I may do a bit of class today. What I ended up doing yesterday, let's see. I did make ching. Liverpool. The Liverpool pub called the Cooper Townhouse. I ended up when you're shut in that, you find companionship where you can, okay? I can't go to the pub. I don't drink anyway, so I enjoy people watching though. So the Cooper? I have all these links below, but anything I may mention will be linked below. The Cooper Townhouse in Liverpool is it's a small pub. I like actually looked on Google Earth, and that is a very, very small pub. And they do karaoke, and I guess they just probably have their whole group of regulars. But I'm thinking, I mean, they're older, getting on in their ages, most in the daytime, most of the regulars. I'm thinking, man, I picture these people were in the original pub, like what was it, the Cavern of the Beatles? It's possible, but it was enjoyable. I enjoy listening to some can sing, some can't. But like the people watching, my husband was having a very bad session yesterday with his arthritis, which is why I think that's what my pain was from. I'm going to try to shift myself a little bit so I don't get sort of shoulder. So we decided we put that on, and we played our games on our phone to get our gift cards and all that kind of stuff. But we really, really enjoyed it. You end up with backstories for everybody. Like, hey, maybe this guy used to be with this band, and and these guys are just getting off work, and yeah, we quite enjoyed it. So maybe I'll put that on. Excuse me for a while today. Anyway, it keeps me from doing nothing, which is what I need to do. Oh, and by the day, I haven't linked well. Happy 7th of January is Happy Bobblehead Day. I don't have a Bobblehead Day. The closest thing I have is a little bobbling hula girl. I have no room for collectibles anymore. I used to write about toys and collectibles. I don't even know if I've ever had a bobblehead. I remember, there's a little hula girl. I remember when I was a kid, in the 1960s, and that bobbleheads were popular, maybe 70s, 60s. The little dogs they'd have in the back, in the back seat of the cars. There was a little ledge. I don't know what the heck it was supposed to be for. Definitely wasn't something where you piled things on, but it seems like that's what people did. But they had the bobbleheads, and you would see them, their heads going. And I guess it got to be a sports thing and a collectible thing. And you can even get bobbleheads made of your own self. In fact, I have an ad on the page. I usually only have one ad. and I think of 3 Amazon ads. But the one ad at the very bottom of the page is a company that will make you custom bobbleheads. If that's what you want to do, especially for Valentine's Day, and that'd be a great gift. Bobblehead of your loved one. And okay, Bobblehead Day. Did my Google stuff. Got my Google in. We've got 424 pages now. A couple hundred still to go in the Google system, so at least I'll be getting found. And I worked on my nostalgic love songs playlist. I worked on the 1990s. Boy, I'm telling you, maybe in the 1990s, I guess I was so busy raising a family and building a career and building the internet and doing gardens. I just didn't get that much into the music. But, I think probably the songs that I did are very predictable. We'll see if the 2000s are any better. I think I stopped getting into music around 1990. I don't know. And then again in the 2000s, but I don't know about love songs. So we'll see where that goes. The 21st century love songs now. And I did my organization. I did not do my t-shirt drawer. I did my drawer that has my scarves and little accessories and stuff like that in there. So one more step on the old. Let's organize something every day for 100 days. They say if you do something every day for 100 days, no matter how small it is, you'll create a habit. Probably before 100 days, but yeah. In the evening, Cole Rothman, the surfer, he put up his video of the Hui Backdoor Shootout in memory of the great the Duke, the great surfer, and what they call it, Beach Boy, way back in the day. And I love surfing videos. I love surfing. It's a sport that probably the only that, and I do love equestrian jumping and that as well. But it's definitely been a good season on Oahu, especially around the pipeline this year. So I watched that, and then we were off to the Canucks and Montreal hockey game. I watched with my husband. It unfortunately lost. It just near the end. I don't know if it was even in overtime yet, or just at the very end of the third period. We lost anyways. You win them or you lose them. But, it was an enjoyable game. At least we didn't lose big. And I'm telling you, when that game was, I'm trying to get myself back on a regular sleep schedule. I think maybe that's going to sort of help me get centered again. So shortly after, by probably 8 o'clock, I was gone, down to sleep. And up again at 2:30. It was fine this morning. A lot less pain. I think it gives me more time in the morning to sort of get control of my my morning pain and stuff. So, this morning I watched Tanya, and this is reminiscing about the one year anniversary of her husband telling her he no longer wanted to be married. Boy, he lost a wonderful woman that day, I'm telling you. But I enjoy watching her daily journals. It's what inspired me to start doing this, and there's always something of wisdom, whether she intends it or not. There's always a little bit of wisdom that I take away, or a big bit of wisdom, or something. But like that, it's just I like to see. I watched for a year. I watched her. Her journal started when her husband ended the marriage, and I watched her. Every day since, and it's been a journey, but it is really good to see where she is now. I think she's a lot more confident and on for a better path to the future that she wants. I also came across, and I've linked it down below, it's an autism awareness from the UK short. It's only a couple of minutes long, and I think it's quite it's nice. It's like our ideal world 2030, and where as a neurodivergent person, just the little things we like sort of it's changed. With neurodivergency and autism in mind, and also showing that we're actually our superpowers as people on that are neurodivergent or think a little bit differently. And so I probably link that down below. I'm still, it seems that autism awareness media is few and far between, but I'm going to try to search it out if it's there and promote it, because education is the best way to understanding. And as we're learning, more and more people are being diagnosed, later age, it's becoming more and more accepted to be able, to be somebody who thinks a little bit differently in that. So a lot of people just aren't sure. They have very, very set ideas in their mind, but neurodivergency or autism is all about. And it seems to be a very, very, very narrow set mind thing. So this, the more that we can, people can explore the wider scope of the benefits and the positives, because everybody's got a benefit and a positive in their life. That was the other thing about the I Ching, because it did bring up about that. And the whole, which is strange, because what I do is I write about celebrations, and, with the idea that everywhere, somewhere around the world, every day, somebody's got a reason to celebrate. And it actually brought that into, it was very, very important that even though I stay like natural, like stay with nature, means like be yourself, and that I do bring that element in, to people, to make them have that feeling that they've got every day something to be grateful for, something to celebrate. Every country, doesn't matter how much you hate the country, the politics of the country, or whatever. Just because somebody's born inside that country doesn't mean you need to hate what they find special to celebrate within themselves. And it's interesting, that the I Ching did bring that in. So that's an underlying message. But I think most of it, when they're talking about the, here we go back to the I Ching again, but that's just the way we flow here. When they talk about like staying in the natural and the importance of all that, I think that's the thing with social media. And I was famous one day. They wrote about me in books, but I don't know. I guess if it had hit me differently, if it hit me in that way, that they say that there's a danger of becoming not myself, or was it thinking I'm better than somebody else because I've achieved more or something. I think if that would have happened. That's never really happened with me. I've always been on the thing like, ooh, look where I am. How did I get here? Sooner or later, somebody's going to figure out that. Like, for instance, when I was in Hawaii and I was writing for Science Nature for Kids, it was the woman, some hoity-toity women's association in the United States, a women's university graduate, whatever, some hoity-toity thing. And they wanted me to, they kept asking, I kept getting the invitation to join their hoity-toity women, I don't even know what it was, women university something or others. And finally I said, look, one, I've never graduated from university, and two, this is who I am. It's not who I'm thinking of. But they told me, no. You don't actually have to. It was like an honorary type thing. But I always felt that, but I think it has all come to also with the autism thing and the wearing the masks and that, is you never really feel that you're authentically a member of this group or authentically this person. Well, all along, I'm sure I have been. But I had that. Oh, I hear foghorns. Ooh, must be foggy out there. Down by the ferry boat, so I can hear the foghorns. But yeah, I guess, I don't know. I feel if I had lost myself in the fame, is it fame? Is that what they're talking about? I would have done it then when I had the opportunity to. Because I can remember, going to Las Vegas for the thing called a Red Ball. And it was basically, they had the writers of About.com, and they had sort of come, this is a sort of big thing. You could meet all the, I had a talent agent. I had like the William Morris talent agency. But at that time, having the writers come up that I thought were something, come out and tell me that, oh, we know who you're famous. And I'm like, I am? So I don't know. I think if it had ever really gotten to my head or changed me, it would have done at that point. Anyways, here I am 25 years later, and still, I guess it's my destiny not to get wrapped up in that. Well, maybe it is the time of the real people. Maybe it is, was it Our World 2030? Maybe it is. I think we've been through enough. I think, collectively, this world has been through a lot in the last, let's just take the last 5 years. And I think we're a far different place now than we were 5 years ago. I think people are a lot more in debt. I think people feel a lot more less secure. But seeing, with the pandemic and that, like for instance, my son is a chef. He was a chef in Toronto, and it's like he was due to start work at a brand new restaurant. Dream job, everything. And that was like a month before everything shut down. And I think he learned right then is how quickly, he'd come to this where, this is going to be the job that he would have written out, that he would have wanted, but just showing how something happens in this world and everything has changed forever. So I think that a lot of us are in a different place. And we should actually, pat ourselves on the back, because yeah, we did survive that 2019, 2020, challenge. And of course we had, my husband got cancer thrown on top of it in March of 2020. He was diagnosed, I think within 2 weeks he was under the knife type thing. But it's been a challenging time. We've made it through that. I think we should be very, very proud of ourselves, rather than, I find myself, you've got the PTSD, and you find yourself traumatized from having to worry about things. Man, I find that with me is that I'm constantly worried about the things that I've had to worry about in the last 5 years. Even though, one thing at a time is you overcome it, and you move on, and then the next challenge comes your way. But I think there's just a lot of people hurting right now that really, really need connection, and it's a big thing. And if I can do it through celebration, through bringing happiness, or let's go look at the bobbleheads. What's the point of writing about happiness and that if we don't talk about what the day is? It's kind of a little slow day right now, and celebrations wise, but you watch it pick up. It will pick up right around the Lunar New Year. Let's see. Bobblehead Day recognizes the fun behind these dolls and figures. Yeah, that's a good collectible too, Well, you can have my links here. You can make them in a 3D printer. Oh, there goes my television. 3D, no, actually it's not. It's my computer this time. 3D printer bobblehead. Baseball, complete beginner's guide to collecting bobbleheads. It's a big business. I bet it is. Oh, Instagram has got a tag if you want to follow them. I got the video. Ron Swanson. Wait, which show was he from? It's like I can't remember. Bobblehead. It was like, community something or other. Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah, some books about bobbleheads. And I do have bobbleheads for sale. 4-piece cap bobbleheads. Now, that's for your car dashboard. I don't know if you'd have decorations in your dashboard. Now, it's a little bit, I think it should be driving is a little bit, get you mind off of paying attention to things. Fully custom lovers bobblehead personalized couple figurine. There you go. There's something for Valentine's Day. Royal baubles. Oh, Albert Einstein. If you're into science, and I'm pretty sure he was neurodiverse too. Albert Einstein. Royal baubles. Oh, Bob Ross. Oh, wouldn't like a Bob Ross collectible bobblehead? My mother loved Bob Ross. She loved to paint, and she was very good at it. And I'd probably back at the house, the videos that we didn't bring with us. I'm sure there's quite a few Bob Ross videos that she used to videotape them all. The Office double Dwight bobblehead collectible figure. So what is that? It must be a bobblehead of Dwight holding a bobblehead of Dwight. There you go. And I've got a few videos about bobblehead guy. I guess this guy actually makes bobbleheads. The question and answers about bobbleheads, how they became a collectible thing, and how to make a bobblehead tutorial. So there you go. Anything you want to know about bobbleheads, and it's totally a reason to celebrate today. If you don't have a bobblehead, where's my camera? I'm lost. I'm off cruising somewhere. Sorry about that. There we go. Ida says, my ex-husband had bladder cancer. Thankfully, he is in remission. Same thing. That was exactly what my husband had too, and he is in remission. He only goes now. He went last August for his last checkup, but now once a year. It was before. It was like every 3 months, and then every 6 months, once a year. So, fingers crossed. But I just adding to that trials of that traumatic, 2020, 2019. And like I said, so many people everything's changed. And people's mindsets. And the old influencers, I don't know, they're going to have to change their ways because it's just not in good taste, flaunting excess when people have so little. And if you're out there and you have little, or you have pain, or you need someone to talk to, or you want to hear a voice, please come here and join us because we're trying to expand upon our tribe of two. We welcome everybody. It doesn't matter, we don't have everybody. I mean, if you're going to be abusive and nasty, well, then, you need to go find somebody else to do that because, we're welcoming the people that are tired of people being nasty and abusive. So, we'll find a way, some way this year. Apparently, this is a place. You got to come and be yourself and celebrate what you can celebrate. Another thing to celebrate, on 1991. I think probably, what was it, 35 years ago? 1991, 34 years ago. 34 years ago on this day, there was a terrible, 34 years ago, was it? I'm not sure. I think it was 34 years ago. Either 35 or 33, thereabouts. There was a terrible snowstorm, shut down Vancouver. And I was on the last airplane to Hawaii for my honeymoon. 3 weeks in Hawaii. And it started on the 17th of January. Never forget. And I can remember getting on the plane and they'd overbooked. I guess they always overbook. I've heard. And they were like, who wants to give up their seat? And everybody said, because there was 3 people or something. And they offered like so much money, and then they offered so much money in a hotel. And I'm thinking, there's no way. Because there's probably I don't think any planes left for a couple of days. I'm not taking I'm already paying for a hotel in another place. Don't give me a free hotel here in Richmond, BC, because It's not working. This is my honeymoon. I'm not moving. But yeah, waking up. I'm going to share that video later on. I'll put a link to it's on my playlist, but I'll put a link down here to it as well. But also share it on Facebook and that. It was waking up on the first day of your honeymoon in Honolulu. Now, I'd been to Hawaii many, many times because, my mother was in love with Hawaii. My parents were. They used to bring me all the time. But this is the first time my husband went. And to wake up here after leaving this terrible snowstorm and walking at dawn along the beach towards Diamond Head. And I think he knew right then, okay, you brought me here because you're planning to come live here, right? He got it real quick. And it's really strange because we wandered around. I put the link down one day, but we did meet this fella. I wish I could remember his name. And I do know his name, and I probably have him on videotape somewhere, who basically convinced us, you guys need to move here. Then an afternoon on the beach. And we did. It took us a few years. It took us 6 years, but we did move there in the end. Yeah, Isla says, yes, please join us for coffee chat. And oh my God, yeah, airlines are still overbooking seat there. I didn't know at the time. I'm not giving up. Why would you do something like that? Why would this happen? I thought maybe planes had been canceled, other planes. But yeah, there's no way. And it took so long I remember it took so long to finally figure out somebody who changed. I don't even know what they offered them in the end, but it had to be pretty good. It took so long, they had to go in. We had to de-ice the plane all over again. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I have that. Well, I don't have I do have waking up in Honolulu, I know, edited, but I need to edit all my old. I still have all these master tapes, and I need to edit them all. It's nice to relive this stuff, I mean, if you got home videos and videotape, I strongly suggest even, digitizing, getting them on YouTube, even if you make them private just for your family. But it's so nice to be able to go back and watch these videos again and remember. When I watch like that day, I'm the kind of person, when I'm living a day and I know it's an extraordinary day, I soak it all in. I remember how the sun fell to my skin. Remember how the ginger, I remember everything, the humidity in the air. So when I go back and watch that, I can really tap into that. But yeah, I'm going to put that up. I'll put maybe we'll follow the next 3 weeks video, because I did video pretty well everything, and I'm the kind of person, I still got the typed out itinerary. My neurodiversity, that's the whole thing, is I love doing itineraries. So everywhere we went, I had this this typed out binder thing that explained the history of everywhere we were, everything. So it was a lot of fun. It helped me out making the videos, I'll tell you that much. If I ever get to the point that I need to narrate over, because I had to put in some pretty not the greatest music, because I'd already put Hawaiian music like Gabi Pahanui and artists, but all that stuff was copyright, so I had to re-edit over. I mean, there's only so much you can find in island-style music. But yeah, it was on this day, and I see, here I am 30-something years later. I wish I could remember how many years it is exactly. Holy cow. I think it was 91 we got married, or was it 90? It may be 90. Which means it was 91 when we went to Hawaii. But then if we got married in 91, it'd be 92. It was a long time ago, and I still remember it was like yesterday. Thankfully, I've got video. And I must make a note to myself to remember to link that. If I can put my pen. If I don't write things down, I won't do them. Like Hawaii, honeymoon. I was saying yesterday, when I was watching at the Cooper Townhouse pub, and in the karaoke, I'm singing along all the time. I just love this channel because I don't know how they get past those copyright things, but they do. I'm singing along, and I'm like, how do I know all these random songs? But I can't remember. I have to write down what I did 5 minutes ago. I have to write down that I'm watching this Cooper Townhouse in Liverpool, so I'll remember later on. But I can remember every word to about every song that came on. I think music's got a special place that sticks in our memory. Maybe that's why some people like music while they study. Or this morning, when I woke up, I watched. I fell asleep watching Elizabeth Veronica last night because I was tired, fighting to stay awake till after the hockey game. So I watched the rest of her, and then I put on my the healing Michael the Archangel thing I've been listening to, because I knew it was sort of not only would it sort of wake me up, but it would sort of smooth me out, and any. I didn't really have pain. I still had the arthritis thing. I think I was more cold, like chilled to the bone. It's just the cold, damp weather climate here on Vancouver Island. But you know what? Excuse me. I don't know if it's the music, but something. Burp, burp, burp. I'm sorry. I burp when I sit up. I don't actually burp. I just feel like I am. Okay. My apologies here. It's a human function. And I'm to be myself a natural. So yeah. So today I'm gonna. I don't know if you took a look at that Cooper Townhouse yesterday. I put the link on Facebook. It's a lot of fun when you're on. I know you had visitors yesterday, so you weren't on your own. But when you're on your own and just have it in the background, I was just having a great old time. Yeah, it's I'm not a drinker, but boy, am I a real people watcher. So okay, Isla says, "Yep, I can totally relate. I have to write things down, like lists too, so I won't forget." Yeah, I'm the queen of lists. That's why these playlists that I'm making on YouTube are so great, because they that needed me to create lists is satisfied. And besides, I do listen to my own playlists. I do enjoy them. But yeah, today I'm just gonna chill back, do that. I'm not gonna get a hold of VPNs or nurse practitioners or anything for today. Today is I'm gonna do Isla. I'm helping Isla out with her channel this afternoon. Was it at 1:00? I have a link to it. Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. Are you going to send me if you're going to send me an email link, or do I just go on that link? Fine. Just let me know, because either way is fine. I'm ready. And I have no other plans for today. No, I'm going to I might listen to a lecture for my classwork. I don't know. I'm so forgotten where I am there. It's hard going when you're taking university courses in the middle of a holiday, but they're not really observing that holiday. But I might listen to a few lectures because it's mostly video. I'm getting into the immersive podcasting storytelling, which is probably going to be valuable. I might have to watch that a couple of times, but no. I don't have any plans for today other than that. That's it. I'm gonna try to stay in bed the way I'm supposed to, on bed rest. Limit my sitting. I'm not going to get involved. I'm going to play the minimum in Geoguessr unless I get really, really good. If I feel like I'm really on a good smooth vibe as far as being able to figure out where I am in the world in the first game, or even the daily one. Maybe I'll try a few more. But yeah, I'm going to keep the sitting to a minimum. I'm just going to concentrate on my health and getting better. Okay, yeah, good. Thank you. You know me. I like to have all. Well, you know me now. You know me for 6 weeks, but yeah, I like to have the overthinker. If there needs to be 20 links going to a certain thing, I need all 20 type thing, right? Even though only one matters. But yeah, I'll be very interested. I'm this is all new to me. I'm pretty well open to anything, but as far as like paranormal and spirits and all that is something that I'm learning about, and this is a new exposure for me. So I'm looking forward to find that interesting, and as well as being sort of like, I guess, like a commentator with the chat and overlooking that. I think I can handle that much, I hope. But I'm just wearing a mask. I don't really know about this yet, but I'm along with you to support you and learn more. But it's a strange thing. It's like when you had your session that time when my neighbor here decided to step in and take over the show. It did feel very, very natural. I mean, he was right there, and I was talking to him, and I do feel like there was some closure there for him. Some okay, we got this figured out. Somebody told me the truth finally, you know. So that I know that felt very natural. So yeah, so I'm enthusiastic about learning more. There was another keyword in the I Ching yesterday. Some people, there's a lot of interpretations and different words from different, as we've gone through history. I have like I basically go by the old Chinese text, but enthusiasm was a big word there, but it was creating the enthusiasm for other people without losing myself, becoming an egotistical megalomaniac. Right? Ida says, say a prayer, my adopted mom today, as she's been. Oh no. Okay, yeah, I bet her mother has been depressed since brother passed away, and I understand that. And you know what? 2 years is not very long, at all. I hate to. I know you can't say, okay, the pain over this thing, losing this loved one is more than this and that, but like the most painful thing I did was losing my companion dog, and that's been a year and a half. I mean, to me, I've only just in the last month stopped crying myself to sleep over it. You don't lose when you love something or somebody so much. It just time. Sometimes it just time does not heal all, and anniversaries are especially hard. I can remember I was worried. I lost her in the first week of August, and I started worrying in June of what was going to happen to me in August, of how I was going to handle this. And it's now too. I'm thinking back at the I Ching. It did say a lot of that, and the worry did manifest itself in the latest illness that I had, which was the one that basically was to teach me what it was to sacrifice myself and suffer so I can understand the suffering of others, I guess. But grief is so all-encompassing. I mean, that's the word? I don't know. I make up words when I don't. I was basically raised myself. So I'm reading. I learned by reading. So if I can't pronounce a word properly, it's only because this is how I've read it and made it up for myself. I have my own vocabulary, I'm sure. But anyways, what I'm saying is grief is so all-consuming, especially if you're sensitive. I don't know about your mom. Your mom. God, everyone being a sensitive was a bad thing. You're too sensitive. That's a superpower. I've got that. I had my DNA done when I had Ancestry. So I went the next. I had the DNA. So record. So I decided I'll go the extra step and I'll go to this company that I can't pronounce. Promethesis or something, and they sort of break down every gene. So okay, I have Crohn's disease, or you possibly have diabetes. What your body is, your genetic medical basically part, and it turns out that I have this sort of it's not like a extra gene or a tuned gene. It's a gene, the gene that releases the oxytocin, the empathy gene they call it. Apparently, a small fraction of people have this factor in it that when it first of all, it opens up way too quickly. And then when it opens up, it doesn't know when to shut down. So I become very empathetic very quickly and carry it with me for a long time. I carry it very, 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 very deeply, and it doesn't know when to stop. Which is it's a blessing, I guess, but it's not, because I mean it's embarrassing sometimes, and all the time it was like, oh my gosh, you're so sensitive, settle down. But no, this is my genes. I mean, if you had this constant oxytocin flowing through your brain and your body, um, you'd be a sensitive person. That's just the way that's just the way you are. It's the way I was born. But with all now, us getting this, there goes my TV. More awareness to autism and neurodiversity. And hey, this is just the way our brains work, and there's nothing wrong with being sensitive. There's nothing wrong with being that. It's very liberating. But I have the worry now that maybe it's too liberating. Maybe I'm telling too many people. Maybe I'm going, hey, superpower, and people are not understanding, because then you get the other, the most common ones. Well, you don't look like you have intellectual disability. Well, no, because I probably don't. It's a misunderstanding. And then, of course, that pushes you back because you're a sensitive person, right? Okay. Isla says, yes, it still seems like yesterday for me. I know that he is with his mom and watching over her. He always finds her great parking spots now. You know, it does seem like yesterday. Like, even like I was thinking when you mentioned your brother, I thought about my brother. My brother passed away on the 17th, but this was 2012. 12 years ago. I'm like, how could it be 12 years ago? Time goes so fast when you get older. And if he was 12 years ago, that means Mom was 13 years ago. But I'm glad that they're together. But I hope she has to understand that she does not have to take care of him in eternity. He had a brain injury, he had an accident, and so she always felt it was her duty to take care of him. I hope she feels it to the point where, when their ashes, I have their ashes in Bowen Park, and I have him up on the ravine overlooking her in the rhododendron garden, but far enough away that she can have her little space, you know what I mean, to do her thing, because my brother had no short-term memory. He had lost his short-term memory, and boy, did she ever! She must have had the patience of no one I've ever met. My mother had not a mean body or a negative inkling in her soul. And talk about have to go through pain and sacrifice. Maybe I should be taking a look at that, taking a look at her as my ancestor, because I don't know how she was so strong to go through the things that she did through her whole life. And if I could just be a 1/1,000,000th of the person she was, I would be happy. There wasn't a single person who didn't love her, right up to the end of the nursing home. If he was their singer, she would just, they'd be in the day room, and they did keep people pretty well medicated, because people were, they had issues, but the old people are in a lot of pain, and I think people, if they're in a lot of pain, they should be allowed to have the medication that they can live with themselves. But all of a sudden she would stand up and start singing "Oh Canada," and I think it had something to do with she was an immigrant. She came to Canada at age 8. She's from Sweden. But it was so fun. It was so fun. They would tell me, "Oh, we just love it." She just stands up and she'll start singing "Oh Canada" at the top of her lungs. Yeah, she was just an absolute sweetheart. And I think that now, her time that I hope she's enjoying. She's not being crass. That was her thing. She was so talented, and I have that dyspraxia, the part of the autism spectrum that is not crafty. The only thing I'm going to end up doing is either injuring myself or gluing my fingers together or just making a mess of having paint around me and everything else. It's the only thing I ever was able to do was tie-dye. And even then I kind of made a mess. But I would lay down big plastic sheets on the balcony. That was my one of my things during the pandemic. And I'm still here wearing tie-dye t-shirts from then. I think that's all. Most of what remained is my tie-dye t-shirts. And that's when I decided, okay, I've done enough tie-dye. You've done enough jigsaw puzzles. Get back to starting a website, which was a great idea. It was a really good idea. I was able to make lists of positive things, sort out the internet to get rid of all the noise. And, when I finally went back into therapy, finally, after losing my dog, I really had to, because I lost. I was gone. I was a lost person. Through therapy, realizing, okay, it's time that you start letting the world know that you have neurodivergence, and you keep on making this website because this is what's keeping you going. This is what is solving this real need within you. And that was, I decided, okay, hey, he says there's nothing wrong with being neurodivergent. We've discussed this. It's time for me to find out who I am now, because I've spent 50 years wearing the hat of executives and webmasters and hippies, and oh my gosh, I could go on and on and on. I've worn so many hats and be so many people that it is time to find out my natural self is. And apparently I'm on that track with the I Ching. I just gotta humility. I don't know, if I step beyond my point and start not being humble, please give me a poke. Because that apparently is my only danger right now. Oh, Isla says, oh, so beautiful. Oh, I hope you're talking, Mom. She is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous soul. I've got a few videos of her, and you can just tell her sweetness. Yeah, I don't think there's anybody in this planet could ever say a negative word about her. Isla says, I used to paint, but after my niece passed away, I couldn't paint anymore. Oh, that's too bad. I think it's back to the grief thing and losing people that you love so much. I don't know if it's like I was saying with me, with having that, the genetic, like I could probably even find the thing and put a link to it, but it's all scientific, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, but it's the fact that I have the empathy faucet that you can't turn off, being it's a blessing, and not being is that you feel things so strongly that when it comes to sadness and grief and that may have nothing really to do with you. I don't feel the sadness for me. I feel the sadness for the person that is feeling the loss. It's almost like I want to absorb it like a sponge. I want to take some of their pain, right? So that the part is what's hard. But I think it's a blessing, because to be able to feel, to be able to understand other people and how they, their needs and their, what they deserve in that. But I was just wondering, being a medium, it must be the sort of the same way, a blessing, but I don't want to say a curse, but beautiful and beautiful and challenging at the same time, whereas you can still have a connection with your loved ones in a way, but you've still got that deep pain, like losing your niece, or where it impacted on your creativity. It's a challenging life we live in, and boy, I tell you. But I look forward to the day, and it's gonna be interesting. Maybe I'll get to meet your brother. I'm just there anyway as an observer, and to I guess what's it like moderate or anyway. I can hear people sort of getting up and getting ready to work, and so I think I'm gonna pop off now. And I'm gonna rest until you're into your live, and be ready to go with that. And fingers crossed everything goes smoothly, and I learned something new, and you get to spend some quality time of remembrance. So I'm gonna pop off, and I'm getting hot too. First I'm too cold, and then I'm too hot. And I'll post that link down below my waking up in Hawaii on my honeymoon 30-something years ago. Yeah, you have a good, we'll see you soon this afternoon. So I'm popping off for now. Thank goodness it was a better day today than yesterday. Yesterday was scary.